Warning. The thoughts and views and opinions of guests and hosts are just thoughts and views and opinions of an entertainment podcast. Not to be taken serious or to heart, only for granted like my previous lovers. I am not a professional, I just play one on the show. So please enjoy, or not. I do not control you no matter how cool I sound. Enjoy. Deuces.
Welcome.
No special characters.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Carried away with the sniper rifle.
That's a huge red flag. First of all, don't walk past me, stare me up and down, and then go commit a crime, right? That hurts my feelings. I don't think so. What time is it? Oh, it's business time. It's business o'clock. Let's fucking go. Welcome back, good people. I am your host. What's my name? Host Luis, aka
On my cool J.
and I'm welcoming you guys back to another fun ass episode. There goes monetization right there. It's like a ritual at this point. At this point, it's like, all right, I'm bound never to hit monetization because I always say a swear word in the beginning of it. And you're probably like, you can edit it out, but why would I? It wouldn't be genuine. So without further interruptions or introductions, that is what I'm doing.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
You're listening to
Special
characters.
And
This is culturally inappropriate.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you.
I know a gentleman that's going to be a big part of an upcoming.
Here I come. Here I come.
I can't help it
can't
that I'm custom made.
all that.
emergency contact.
I don't have one.
J.
Now, a lot of you guys like to think that peacock is added, but no, I always add that to the intro because it just sounds right. So hopefully you guys are out there doing great. Hopefully you guys are out there achieving goals and good stuff like that. And if not, tomorrow's another day. So I just wanted to say, hey, I didn't get to use my board last time because I didn't get to see everything that I had here. So it was like, I'm trying out this new thing. I normally have the board right in front of me. It's off to the side now, and I have astigmatism and all that stuff. So you're like, what is astigmatism?
That doesn't sound like anything a straight man would say.
But no, I have one. All right. And technically, if we're being correct, lines are blurry and squiggly. So do with your information whatever you want to do with that information. So this week was a week. It was a week. When I say it was a week, it was 7 days, a whole 7 days going on 8 days of just a pain in the butt to record. Like this morning, I woke up early. I finished writing the show. I grabbed information here, what I want to talk about, don't want to talk about. I grabbed it. And every time I tried to get on this microphone to talk to you guys, the outside world just happened. And you're going to hear a lot of the outside world today as well because I got all 4 of my windows open, which means you're going to hear the train, people talking, cars flying by, and people cutting their grass. So that was the obstacles I was dealing with this morning when I was trying to record this. I was hearing people working on their cars. I was like, zip, 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 zip. I was like, okay, I can't record with that. And I was like, oh, it's over. And then as the more I started talking, I heard, I was like, somebody's cutting their grass now. Okay, it should be over soon. I was like, nah, never again. This is a nighttime show. So as you can hear now, the most we're going to hear is screaming and gunshots, but I'll edit that out. But it was a whole 7 days, and it was a weird 7 days too. Have you guys ever felt like out of place? Have you guys ever felt like sometimes this isn't real? You heard like, where are you going with this? And I'm like, just stick with me. It's like nowhere weird. It's not like,
You're going down a corridor, and you're going to open this door, and in that door, you have to make a decision that's going to change everything that goes on.
nothing like that. It was more like, I was going to work. No. Scratch that. I'm already at work. I'm going to lunch. On my way to lunch, I go past one of my coworkers, and on the way out the door, they're like, hey, it's raining. Thank you. I don't have nothing for it, but thank you. Thank you for telling me that it's raining. Cool. I get outside, it's drizzling. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. Walk like 50 yards to my car, get in the car, go. I go about a half a mile in a direction that some would say would be west. Am I saying east or west? You tell me. You figure it out. Go Google that shit. There goes monetization. um, upon travels, I noticed while I was driving away from my job, it stopped raining. So it's either I'm driving away from the rain or the rain already came through this area. But 9 times out of 10, I was probably driving away from the rain and it was going to eventually reach where I was going. I was only going to the other side of town, not that far away from the job site. If you ever felt like your job is like a dark, gloomy place and you work at a place that you don't like, this would have been the perfect way to describe the way my job looked. Dark and gloomy, raining. Okay? I drive about a half a mile west to go to a 7-Eleven. Got a 7-Eleven story too. It sounds like it's about to rain right now. Look at that. I talked it into existence. So, upon my travels, I noticed, hey, it stopped raining. I'm like, that's cool. I noticed something, but we're going to get to that later. I just continue. I get my things. I keep it moving. And I was like, you know what? I'm hungry, right? I'm going to go get something to eat. I go a little bit more further down. Now I'm 0.6 miles away from the job. I went to the Wendy's because if they're beating up McSPICE at McDonald's, I don't stand a chance, bro. So go to Wendy's. I am now 20 minutes in this one area, right? 6.6 miles away from my job's parking lot. I'm like, okay, the rain never made it here. I was like, okay, my car's dry. I'm dry. Pause. And I start heading back to the job. No rain. Driving. Bank a left, go down a hill, park the car, rain. But you're like, wait, as soon as you parked, it started raining? No, the minute I was going down the hill, I'm seeing little droplets hit my car. And then rain. Not like a heavy rain, but it's like a light enough rain to like, all right, I can't leave my windows open. I got to close my windows. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. 25 minutes ago, it was raining here. I drove a half a mile in this direction, no rain. 0.6 miles in this direction, still no rain. The rain looks like it's supposed to be going west instead of east. No, est instead of s. See, I messed it up. Sheesh. But I'm like, the rain just never came. So I'm like, okay. I get back into the office. I'm like, I think something's broken. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, who went out to lunch at this hour? I did. Which way did you go? West. I was like, okay. West. Okay. Got it. Did you guys notice that the rain stopped at our job and didn't go nowhere? Oh, you're crazy. I didn't notice, but no, I didn't. I just figured every time I got out the car, it just started raining. I was like, no, that's just a sad story of your life. I'm saying I've only noticed at this place that we're at right now, it's only raining here. It's not raining anywhere else. And it kind of reminded me of the Truman Show when he's sitting at the beach and like it starts raining in one section and he's like, hey, what the fuck? It's only raining on me. And then he moves and then he like the rain just keeps following him from one portion to the next portion. And it's like, I feel like that. And then full blown rain. So I Googled this. I was like, is this a normal occurrence? Because I've heard stories where like, yo, I've been in instances where I'll be working and it's raining here. There's a terrible storm going on here, but back home, there's nothing going on over there. It's just clear. They'd be like, what are you talking about? It didn't even rain over here. And I'm like, okay, but the difference is about 15, 20 miles. I was like, all right, that would make a lot more sense than a half a mile. Like, I've only seen in movies where it will be raining on one side of the street and not the other side of the street. So it's like, okay, but I'm telling you, that motherfucker back there is not real because it was just raining in the parking lot. So I'm like, interesting. This is very interesting. Weird, really weird, but not as weird as finding the perfect moment or intersection in life where you catch something that is only meant for you. Have you guys ever had one of those moments? You're having a deep ass moment. Are you high on peyote or some shit? No. So when I was originally driving to the 7-Eleven that I was going to, there's a little flight of stairs. Let's say like 5. I don't know if 5 stairs count as a flight, but if you fall, it's a flight. So there's a set of stairs, and I'm used to the beggars at 7-Eleven. It's always the same 5 guys. There's that one guy that's always at the ATM, and he keeps checking the ATM to see if his money clears. It never does. There's another guy that compliments me. He gets my money because he's like, hey, sir, you look well put together. You know what? I do. Here goes $1. And then there's 3 other people that are there that I don't give my money to because I pigment shame. All right. If you were born of a lighter pigment and you're begging for money, you have failed totally as a person. That's just me. That's the way I feel. I'm like, yo, you were given all the opportunities in America to be great and you didn't choose it. Like your man's is literally in the office going, hey, we're gonna make America great for you guys. And no, so I don't give them money at all. But upon travels to that 7-Eleven, I caught something and it was very weird. I never seen this guy before, but he was just chilling there, minding his business, playing the air drums. You're like, what do you mean the air drums? Exactly what I just said, the air drums. He's like, boom, 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 pum. That's what he's doing. Now you're probably like, how did you hear that? I didn't hear it. I'm looking at his hand patterns and it's boom, 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 pa, pa. I'm like, I think I know what he's air banding because it's doo 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 doo, right? So I'm like, I have to ask him. This is weird. This is out of the norm. I don't like talking to people. I don't like approaching people. I don't like talking to people. I don't like doing any of that stuff. So I was like, this is really out of the norm. So let me go step out of my comfort zone and go talk to this homeless man. Because I know he's homeless. Because nobody just does an air band concert in the middle of a 7-Eleven in the middle of a town at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. I don't like there's no audience there. If he was out there doing it for money, I would get it. But there's literally no audience. He's just that's his thing that he does for fun, is air band on the side of 7-Eleven. Like, okay. But boom, ba-dum, 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 pa, pa. I'm like, good sir. He's like, hello, brother. I'm like, hey, quick question. He's like, what's going on? Are you airbanding Phil Collins in the air of the night? He was like, how did you know? I was like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I was like, yo, this is for you. Because you don't get the perfect timing of boom, 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 pop, pop. Everybody knows that that drum part. I can feel it calling in the air and I aloud. So it's like, oh shit. So it was just perfect timing, perfect intersection. This was just meant for me because nobody was watching him. Here I go, "The air banding? Phil Collins. So I dig in my pocket and I grab whatever money I got in my pocket, even though he didn't ask for it, but I knew he was gonna ask for it eventually because he was like, it's one of the I felt like when he was gonna be like, I have a question. He was like, is it that you want to give me $1? I'm like, that wouldn't be a question. But it's like, hey, here you go. I got $4. Here you go. Have fun. Cool. The reason I don't like giving money to people, like I don't like people that ask me for money because they always lie on their intentions. If you tell me, hey man, I need this to go buy something to make myself feel better, go for it. Not that I endorse it, but go for it. Who am I? Sometimes I don't want to give money because it's like, hey man, I can't even do this with my money to feel better, but I'm gonna let you do it. Hell no, I can't let you win. Let me stop. But it was like it's just I don't like that is 9 times out of 10 when somebody be like, yo, can I get $1? Can I get $2? It's a lie. It's for them to get high. So it's like, all right. They always be like, hey man, I'm like really hungry. Do you want to come inside and I'll buy you something? Nah, I don't mean to bother. So you don't want the money? Yes, I do, but you don't want to come inside so I could buy you something to eat. Nah. I was like, all right, we're good. So that's how I move forward and I maneuver. Like, I think there was just this one time, I don't know if I ever mentioned on the show, um, this young person, I think we might have been the same age at that time, like 17, 18. He was like, hey man, I'm like really hungry. Like, can I get some money? Cool. Now I stirred him up and down. I looked at his sneakers. That's one of the things I always do. I look at people's sneakers. If your sneakers are cleaner than mine's, you're not hurting. You're not hurting. My sneakers be dirty as fuck. But yeah, it was like, okay. He's like, here. I was like, yo, here goes $5 to go get something to eat. Now he'd be like, here goes $5. Go get something to eat. That can't get you nothing. That barely gets you a burger these days. So it's like, all right. So I give him the $5 and he starts walking away. I'm like, excuse me, good sir. Hey, yo. He said, oh, what's going on? I thought you said he was hungry. Oh, but I don't want to eat McDonald's. I was like, you're begging in front of a McDonald's. Like, don't tell me that you're not hungry for McDonald's if you're begging in front of a McDonald's. Like, little son of a bitch. But it was just funny. Speaking of children, that was weird. um, my little man Lee went on vacation with the family. All right. He hit me up that day. He's like, "Yo, can you do me a huge favor?" I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "I need this paperwork delivered to my friend." Cool. When do you want me to do it? If you could do it today, that'd be great. I got you, little man. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. It'll be taken care of. He's like, "All right, cool." Now, I said, "Lee, before you go, you tell your friend to tell his parents that an adult is coming to the house to drop off schoolwork for him." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Lee, please don't mess this up. Please inform them that a grown adult is coming to the house to drop off paperwork for their child that is 10 years old. All right? Yeah, don't worry. Cool." I just finished recording the episode. I got dressed. I went over there and I was like, all right, I go to do this task for him. And it was already annoying. I went to a complex that was complex. Do you even know what that means? What I mean to that? Like Queens makes no sense. Like the biggest joke in Queens is like, yo, do you have 3 blocks the same, like block numbers that are different, but like it'll be like 222nd Street, 222nd Road, 222nd Avenue, 222nd Place. I'm like, why are there so many different sequences of this? This makes no goddamn sense. So it's like, this is what I was dealing at the complex because the complex was like, all right, you're going to this complex, you're going to this number, let's say 7, right? You're going to 7. All right, cool. So there's clusters, 5 on this side, 5 on this side. All right, cool. So it's probably going to be on this side because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I can't see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But there's enough apartments there to be like, all right, it would make sense if it's on this side. No. They always got to make it complicated. And it was like 1 on this side, 2 on this side, 3 on this side, 4 on this side, 5 on this side, 6 on this side, 7 all the way over there. So when I'm going over here, I'm like, all right, 6 should be over here, 7 right there. No, 7's not there. All right, so 7 should be across the street. 7's not there. It goes 9, 10, 11. I'm like, where the hell is 7? And I'm over here talking. I'm talking to myself, and this young lady walks by me, and I'm like, excuse me, can I talk to you? She's like, I have a man. I was like, I didn't ask you that. I'm like, are you familiar with this section? Because I'm completely not from around here. I am lost. And she was like, what are you looking for? I'm looking for this door, 7. And she's like, oh, that's all the way down there. I'm like, thank you. Appreciate you. Because I almost went, who would do that? So it's like, but she didn't build the place. She just lives there or she's visiting the place or whatever she was. She just didn't want nothing to do with me. So I was like, oh, okay. So I start walking to this one area. And you ever feel like, hey, man, they know you're not from there and they're wondering what you're doing there? And I'm as nicely as I was dressed, I clearly didn't belong there. I'm just walking in this area and they're like, what is this Uber delivery guy doing with a piece of paper in his hand? So, and it's pink. So I'm going to like a building complex and it looks like I'm evicting people. And it's like, no. So get to the door. And while I get to the door, I was like, let me ring the doorbell. 2 doors, 3 doorbells. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is all these goddamn math problems? So I just start knocking on the door. Second time. Third time. This old lady just goes, leave them alone. I was like, wait, what? Leave who alone? Do you know if they're here? I'm calling the police. I'm like, all right, this is enough. This is just too much. Off a simple task of dropping off a piece of paper. I'm calling the police. You don't even know what I'm doing here. Clearly, I'm not breaking in if I'm knocking on the door. But I did it again. So I was like, So I get to thinking, like, let me just call Lee. Let me let him know, like, all right, I don't think your friend's here. He might have left with his family. He might have went somewhere. It doesn't matter. It's a middle of a Sunday. He could have went to church. He could have did anything. So I call Lee, and he was like, no, don't leave. I'll call him right now. All right, cool. Waiting. 2-3 minutes pass by. All I'm hearing is, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Somebody's running down a flight of stairs. And because I'm hearing this running going down a flight of stairs, I'm like, that's not an adult coming to the door. That is a whole child. This is a whole kid that's 10 years old running down the stairs, opening the door to a stranger. And in my mind, I'm like, this isn't going to end well for me. It's not. It's not going to end well for me. Hey, are you Liam's uncle? Yeah. Is that for me? Yes. Cool. Thank you very much. So, I'm like just trying to make small contact. I'm like, hey, this is Liam's friend, blah, blah. And all I'm hearing, are you here to meet a 10-year-old boy? I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, it's the old lady from the window. Like, are you here to meet a 10-year-old boy? I'm like, no, you're not doing this to me. You're not doing this to me. You're not doing this to me. You're not trying to say I'm a PDF file. Are you fucking crazy, lady? Are you crazy? Do you know what I will do for that accusation? I will kick down your door and just.
Oh, yeah. So you finna look after I put my hands on you.
Like, bitch, like, are you here to meet a 10-year-old? I was like, oh no, oh Lord. So I'm like, Chris Hansen's gonna jump out the bushes with the fucking Queen Sheriff or something. You're like, so we saw the text messages that you were here to meet a child, and we have the phone records. Like, we saw you banging on the door erratically. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I was like, this is all just crazy. So I was like, good day, little boy. I am leaving, and it doesn't look any better because I'm speed walking the fuck out the complex. I was like, they're trying to fucking put a case on me. What the fuck is going on over here? Like, I was like, nah, this can't be my life. So when I tell you this week was a battle, it's a battle. I'm trying to figure out my place in the universe right now, and I'm like, yo, why am I being tested this hard? Why am I being tested this so hard? Why am I being tested so hard? This doesn't make any sense. Stop making me your strongest soldier to go fight these battles. I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. I'm like, wow. Like, we have his license plate. He's driving around. He's in a lesbian car. Like, come on. Come on. Get him. Shit. Whole time, I'm walking away and I'm like,
Help me! Help me!
I'm like, God, let me just get out of here. But, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Lee calls me when I'm walking away. He's like, hey, thank you very much. I just wanted to be like,
we're not your little niggas.
I was like, I told you to tell an adult. Like, Jesus Christ. But I didn't want to ruin his trip. So I was like, okay, we're good. But yeah, that's basically my week summed up. That was the nicest part of my week. So yeah. But yeah. Hopefully you guys, your week went better. Hopefully it wasn't awkward like mine was awkward. It was just weird. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this a lot. So from here, we're gonna go to, I still ain't do it. I am an idiot. To the movie review section, where we give the worst takes on things. Like right now, I'm not talking about a movie again. What I'm gonna talk about, which I was supposed to talk about the Doomsday trailer, but it never came out. It only came out for Comic-Con. And I'm like, I'm not watching bits and pieces of Comic-Con. And then there's fan-made stuff. I saw a cool fan-made Doomsday trailer where they kill off Kang, and it would be fire if it were true, but it's not. But what we're gonna talk about is Street Fighter. Hayugen. I don't know. Hadouken. But yeah, the Street Fighter trailer came out, and there's a lot of mixed reviews on it. I don't know why there's mixed reviews on it, because I don't know why people really, I guess people wanted like a nitty gritty Street Fighter. And I would have liked the nitty gritty Street Fighter because I've seen the animations, because they botched the one that came out in the 90s with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And you guys know I love Jean-Claude Van Damme, but it was an atrocious abomination of Street Fighter. The way they made Blanca, we're going to show him videos of angry things. And then when he gets to 70%, we're going to show him beautiful things to heal his heart. I'm like, yo, I hate y'all so much. But yeah, they botched the first Street Fighter. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, maybe they'll correct it with this one. Maybe they'll fix it with this one. Maybe they'll do something that'll be like, all right, we could deal with this. But it's just all over the place for me. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain the way it looks like to me. It just doesn't seem cool. There's only one cool scene in the trailer, and that's when Ryu's fighting Ken, I think. And Ryu's like sunning Ken. Like, all right, cool. It seems like it's gonna be like, oh, this is the story of Ken. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine. But it was just like, I'm fine with this. I don't like the way 50 Cent looks. 50 Cent looks weird in this one. And he was a boxer, so they should have just kept him regular. He already had a big square ass head. I don't think you needed to do all of that. Drawing in that fake hairline, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, watching it, I was like, all right. I don't know how I feel about Jason Momoa, because Jason Momoa is making the mistake of he's just putting himself in everything, and just like that dude that's gonna play Johnny Cage. I forget his name. He's in The Boys. He plays Butcher. What is his name? I always forget his name. But it's like, huh. At what point do you just go, I gotta relax on taking roles because I'm in everything? So Jason Momoa is Aquaman. He's gonna be Lobo this year. He's gonna be Blanca this year. He's gonna be a whole bunch of other things too this year. And I'm like, all right, cool. And that's just him grinding, getting money. But I was like, Blanca to me, like Jason Momoa was a brolic motherfucker. He's big as hell. And I'm like, you're gonna play Blanca? To me, Blanca was always short and stubby, like still ferocious and beastly, but he just looked like a little fat ball of green dough. So I'm like, I don't know what you guys got him for, but okay, whatever. They should have just got a fat guy to me. But I'm like, there's like, this, well, that'll be E Honda. So I was like, okay. So he looks weird. Bison looks weird. And I'm not gonna give Bison from the '90s shit because he was sick. That's Mr. Gomez Adam. That's what I know him as. I don't know his real name. I apologize to you, good sir, but rest in peace. Love your work. But him in that Street Fighter, I think he would have been bigger, because they made his too puffy. But he was sick around the time. I think he had stomach cancer around the time. He was like very sick, and then he passed away like not that long after that. But they got the guy that plays Mr. Dot, or the silent dude, or the guy that was in the Dark Knight. Was it the Dark Knight? Yeah, the Dark Knight. The guy who's like he's a schizophrenic with multiple personalities that doesn't talk. And they got this little weird looking guy to be M Bison, and I was like, you guys are dropping the ball again, where you don't have a brolic dude playing M Bison. M Bison is a goon, and you're over here like, I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And I'm like, oh, I know who that is. He's not even half the size. He doesn't have a build. He just doesn't fit the character modes. I was like, I don't know why they would cast him as that. That just looks like a terrible choice of casting. I was like, shit. Because I'm trying to figure out what other movie he was in. He was in a bunch of movies. He's in good movies. I'm just saying, I just don't think for this role, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. And Cody Rhodes is playing Guile. Like, why? Why? That could have been John Cena. Deadass. That could have been John Cena. That seems like a John Cena statured character. John Cena has that square ass fucking chin. Guile is a big motherfucker. And it's like Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes just look weird. I'm like, I don't know if it's his makeup or that's what his face looks like, but it's like, fam. To me, I'm still gonna watch it, but it just seems like a huge ball drop when it comes to a bunch of things. So hopefully they save it with Ryu and Ken, because they actually look like they have decent fight sequences in the actual trailer. I don't know what the movie's gonna look like, but in the actual trailer, it looks like they have decent fight sequences. So I was like, all right. And like, I'm not looking forward to Mortal Kombat either. The first Mortal Kombat that they did, not the one in the '90s, the remake. Like, they dropped the ball to that to me too. I was like, yo, you guys could have did way better. I found it better. You should have got Michael Jai White as Jax, because he did the web series and he killed it. He did 2 web series of him playing Jax and he killed it. And then you found some skinny, scrawny dude that's not skinny, scrawny, and it was like, all right, all right, all right. We're playing around here. You're playing with a legacy here. But what is dude's name? Because he's in that when he plays Johnny Cage. If you guys want to see a dope trailer from Mortal Kombat that had a decent Johnny Cage, I'm gonna look for it right now. So there was a concept trailer for Mortal Kombat, and it was called Mortal Kombat Rebirth. And they gave everybody a semi-realistic reason for why they look the way they look. And like they made Scorpion and Sub-Zero are assassins. Reptile was a guy with a skin problem, and he had cannibalism in him. So it was like cool. Then you have Jax, then you have Sonya Blade, then you have Baraka. Baraka was a failed plastic surgeon that just went crazy. You had Johnny Cage, killed his role, killed him in it, but fire. That was the best trailer I ever seen. I think that's what got Jax to get into. And I said Jax. What got Michael Jai White to get looked at for Mortal Kombat Legacy because he was in it too, and he killed his role in that too. So I'm like, yo, why wouldn't you hire him for this one? Because he's the right size for Jax. But whatever. But yeah. Street Fighter. Can't wait to see when Andrew Schultz does it. I can't. I was watching him. I was watching him in a movie. I don't know if I should review it, but it's White Man Can't Jump 2, or it's the remake, and he's in it, and like this guy's talking. It's what's his name? Fuck. That's the other white guy. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. It was the guy Jack Harlow, and he's in it. He's talking to 3 Spanish guys, and he's trying to get them to buy his to buy his his drink. And Andrew Schultz comes in, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? Case of dildos?" And I'm like, "That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking jokes." But right now, Jack Harlow's being cooked because he dropped dropped the album called Monica, which is like neo soul, but it's more like neo colonial soul. So I was like, I don't know how they feel. So because we're here now, I could talk about all the names they've been calling him. They've been calling him Charlie Kirk Franklin. Most definitely not. Uncommon. White Thought. Honky honk honky honky honky. Like Tony, but honky honky honky. Ghostface Vanilla. My favorite is Music Rothschild. So, Jack, what the hell were you thinking doing that fucking song, doing those songs with that stupid video, with that stupid hat in your head? Because they are cooking you, and it is funny. Jew Paid Fiasco is hilarious. Tupac Insecure. Yeah, that just reminded me of my old gaming tag, which is Tupac Shagor. Yo, J. Coleslaw, Andrew 3000, Tony Mayo, Luda Crisco, Ireland Bambata is fucking jokes. Kendrick Lacoste. Yo, I gotta get out of here. That's just too funny. It's too funny. I'm like, this wasn't supposed to turn into kick Jack Harlow's back in, but that was jokes. So we're gonna get out of that section and we're gonna go to.
You're listening to.
All right. Where do I start? All right, so we got serious, we have mass serious, and then we have funny. You know what? I'm gonna start serious, and then I'm gonna go medium, and then we're gonna go funny, so it doesn't end on like a dark. So over the weekend, which is gonna be 2 weeks from when this drops, there was 2 shootings. One happened in Baisley in Southside Jamaica, Queens. A 15-year-old was shot. All right. They didn't give too much information on that one. But what they did end up giving information on was Eisenhower Park shooting. And I think that's Garden City or Carl Place. I think it's Garden City. And no, it's East Meadow. I apologize. And another 15-year-old was shot. This 15-year-old was shot and killed. So the news went out that this kid was killed. And everybody's like, there's just so much information going on, but nobody knows what's really going on. And I really would like to know what's going on because they're trying to make it seem like it's gang related. And I know gang members throw parties and gang members do barbecue. All right. That's not out of the norm. But very rarely do I ever hear of like, hey man, there's a blood gang membership party or a gang membership barbecue going down this far out in this nice ass area. It's unheard of. You normally stay in your community because let's say if you got beef, you would like to be in your community where people have your back. So all these reports are coming out. They're saying that, hey man, this is all like gang related. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't say, or maybe it is, and maybe I'm wrong. But as I just stated, very rarely ever hear that, hey, we're going to go have the gang meeting in this white part. That's the most nicest part of this area. There's really nice parks surrounded by a golf course and a police station and a coliseum. I'm like, that's too much heat. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like, hey, there was a thing going on. While this thing was going on, something happened. They saw 2 gang members and they were like, hey, that's what's going on. There's 2 gang members here. So I'm like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't believe that to be the reason why there was a shooting, even though a shooting should have never happened. But such is life, bro. RIP to that kid. I'm trying to find the report right now. This is inappropriate. But let's see if I can find it.
The gang barbecue that ended with one 15-year-old boy shot dead, 2 others injured. Officers are combing through the dirt by the picnic tables at Eisenhower Park looking for bullets and other evidence. This nearby resident says, thank goodness crimes like this rarely happen.
We're in this park every day. This is the quietest park. It's so clean and beautiful.
The name of the victim has not yet been released. Authorities say 2 people are in custody.
You don't expect that here, I guess. I come here all the time, and I usually don't see, everything looks great.
I've taken my family there mad times
surrounds
too.
the area where the crime occurred. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on the...
Thank you, 1010 Wins, for giving us the information. So, it's like, this is unheard of. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I go to that park all the time. They have a golf range. The training facility for kids that play hockey is there. The Islanders practice facility is there. It's unheard of, uncanny place for this to take place at. So it's really weird that somebody be like, all right, we're going to go here. And everybody's like, all right, cool. That's fine. So I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I don't believe that one bit. Not at all. So I'm like, I don't know what it was like to be there. That must be crazy, because I'm trying to think like of when last time I was there with the kids. We were riding bikes. So if you're there riding your bike and you're pop, 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 that has to be a scary situation, a scary feeling. So I can understand why the residents are upset. I can. But to say it's something, and hopefully that's not the case where it's like, nah, there's not gang meetings happening here. I'm like, this is just a random occurrence here, would be way better. But even though it's still a loss of life, which is the suckiest part of it. And he was only 15 years old. So hopefully they figure it out and like start clearing shit up. Because as of right now, it seems like everybody just hates minorities right now. And I was like, they always go, it's always them. It's always the same people. I wish they would stay in the neighborhood. I wish they would keep them out. I wish the police would do better to keep them out. They should know that they do not belong in this area, and so on and so forth and so forth. And if you ever want to be like, oh, you're just making it up, you don't know what you're talking about, I really wish I was. I really wish I was a piece of shit dirtbag person and be like, just come up here and just spread hate and spread all this nastiness, right? Sometimes I do. But all right, but if you ever want to see true racism, go to Facebook. If you look for that post that I just played for you guys, these guys go racist under their real names. It's linked to their real names. It's not like Instagram. Oh, Twinkle Fart said this. Black fatigue, Spanish fatigue, send them back, build a wall. This is why this is why we need to get rid of them. On Facebook, they use their real name. You click on their name. Lives here, works here, does this, involved in the community, high positions. I wish we got to keep them out. I wish Donald Trump would get rid of all of them. Oh man, execute them all, kill them all. If you see one, just shoot one. What? You're lumping us all up. And this is the most insane shit that I always hear, because when a police officer fucks up, well, they all can't be bad apples. But you assume we're all bad apples. Like, just annoys the fuck out of me, bro. But if you ever want to see true racism, and that's where you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, you're only talking about white people. No. It's from all directions. It be your own peoples too there. Like, oh my God, I'm so glad I became a citizen. Fuck them guys. Don't let them in. Oh man, yeah, keep them out. Like, what the fuck? like, what are we talking about, bro? So I really would like more information on that, because it was like, it's a blood barbecue. I'm like, I think somebody heard blood bath and they assumed, hey, blood members? Or that kid could have been in a gang in himself, or somebody there could have been in the gang. One of the 2 people there, the rest could have been in the gang. And it was like, it's a blood gang member barbecue. Sounds way more juicier than a family get together, a shooting happened, and this person that knows a gang involved them. Because that's the way the news works sometimes. They'll be like, hey, this sounds like a way better story. If you don't believe me, what I'm talking about, the next thing that I'm going to mention to you is about this section is kind of about like clout. I'm jumping this section. Let me see the other section. I don't step on my toes real quick. Hold up. Hold up. All right, all right. So next one, we're gonna talk about Ice Spice. I wasn't supposed to talk about Ice Spice, but we're gonna talk about Ice
Police
Spice.
in California.
Relax. So what happened was Ice Spice was eating at a McDonald's. And you're gonna be like, how do you go from a kid being killed in New York to Ice Spice eating in a McDonald's in LA? It's all relative. Just stick with me. So Ice Spice was eating at a McDonald's. I don't know at what time, right? Eating at a McDonald's. She's there minding her business, right? Minding her business. Somebody got in her face. They're trying to say it's a fan. I don't think it was a fan. Slap the shit out of her. Okay. So you're like, all right, that's cool. I'm like, you're Ice Spice. You're already beautiful. You got the wagoneer back there. You should not be at a random McDonald's in LA with no security, no team around you, no nothing. You just there with your friend that's not clearly about that life. So let's see if I can get some audio.
Ready? Girl. What? Ready for what? Kick ass. Kick ass?
This girl just walked up to Ice Spice and said, I'm ready to kick ass. She goes, you should shake ass.
Are you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Where are you from? Are you from Cali? No, I'm from Chirac. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Chirac.
She said she's from Chirac. That was a lie.
So where are you from? I'm from McDonald's. I'm from Wade.
And boom, started fighting.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
All right, so a fight broke out. Basically, my problem with this whole video is like, all right, a bunch of things was wrong in this video. One, this girl came in with a bunch of friends. Her man was there. Her man's goofy for this. You're gonna be like, why is her man goofy? Because you saw your girl walk up to Ice Spice. Let's take Ice Spice out the equation. You saw your girl walk up to another girl, start shit, hit another girl, and then you step in the middle of it, and then you're gonna swing off on the girl that your girl started a fight with. That's what makes them lame. That's one. Two, it's also, who do you have around you? Like, you don't need somebody that just goes every time. You don't need that. What you need is somebody that's gonna have your back in certain situations, and you're supposed to know who is with you for certain situations and who's not. Now, granted, it's McDonald's. It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not expecting things to pop off, but you should know that if you're with a friend that doesn't fight, it's crazy for you to fight. Like, you fighting right now, knowing that you're with a friend that can't fight, you're already outnumbered. You're already down one. So it was like, all right, okay, 2. Number 3 was, where was Merman and Barnacle Boy? They should have kept her safe. Where were they? They were not even nowhere to be seen. See, that was the problem, is that McDonald's didn't have the SpongeBob meal. Wendy's did. So shout out to her getting that bag and taking advantage of the situation to be like, hey, Wendy's is where it's at. She's like, this would never happen at Wendy's. Now, all these things come into play. And it was like, all right. Know your situation, situational awareness. This is what it's really about. This girl walked up to you aggressive, yelling at you, saying she would punch you in the face, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You're still sitting down. She should have been ready. Then she goes to fight. And like, I think people forget that she's from the Bronx. All right. She's already hood. People from New York aren't with the shits. Like, if you like that, where you from shit is heavy. That's the most realest shit. Is whenever somebody goes, hey yo, where you from? In Cali? Just know you stepped into some shit. If you're in a situation to handle yourself, cool. If not, leave. That's simple. But where you from is always action is happening. She should know that she's from the hood. So like for us, it's like, all right, so what the fuck you want to do about it? It's like, all right, what up? Like, there's plenty of keywords out here that she knows, but like, if she hears that, like, all right, there's action here. So the fact that she was still sitting down, I was like, oh, mama, I don't know what you're doing. I'm pretty sure you thought Shorty was gonna walk away. That wasn't the case. And then the baddest part was that when she started walking, she walked outside into the middle of the street with them. And I get it, you're a Bronx mommy, but you're also a millionaire, mama. What the fuck is you doing? You going out there? You could have got shot out there. You already know what they do to New York people out there. New York artists and legends and shit like that, they fucking shoot y'all. So you're like, did you just call Ice Spice a legend? Name another artist that's on the SpongeBob soundtrack. I'll fucking wait. All right, that girl is God tier right now. All right, SpongeBob, big pants, them them, them them. SpongeBob, big pants, pants so big. SpongeBob, big hand, pants so big. Come on, what are we talking about? So you're probably like, I still don't see the correlation between this and the 15-year-old that got shot. Here we go. Clout. Everything's about ratings. Everything's about boosting. Like I said, we don't have a lot of information that determined that that's a gang meeting. They were just like, there was a gang meeting. There was a gang members out there. All right, okay. I can't speak on it because not enough information. It could have been a gang member meeting or it couldn't have been. I'm just saying the news is most likely to be like, there was a gang member there, so it was a gang meeting. So, okay. Same girl, Ice Spice. Let's keep it on Ice Spice. All right, so the girl goes out of her way. So she goes up to Ice Spice and fights Ice Spice for no fucking reason. It was for clout. That's just she wanted. She knew somebody was recording. Somebody got the footage. It went out. Oh, you're the girl that slapped Ice Spice. Cool. I saw corny dudes making videos of Ice Spice eating inside McDonald's with a slap mark across her face. Cool. It would have been, that would have been fine with it if she started it, but she didn't start it. I would have been fine with it if she went out there, got busy, and got beat up. I was like, all right, those are the chances. Like, you went out there thinking you was tough, you got fucked up. Everybody's been in that situation. So it's like, okay, cool. But it was like, no, she went out there. She said, yo, let's throw hands. What's up? And I got to give her props for that. But then here comes today. Fast forward to today. Today's Saturday. I said January. Today's April 18th. Shorty went to TMZ to go collect a bag. And upon collecting a bag, she got herself a charge. So I'm going to play you the audio.
With my friends and everything. And we came from the beach earlier that night and we decided to go walk around Hollywood or whatever. But before we did that, we decided to stop by McDonald's because we all had to use the bathroom. So then one of my friends, she comes out and she was like, oh, I think that's Ice Spice over there. And I'm like, oh, for real? So I go up to them and I'm giving
So
her
if you're from
and the other
Chirac,
girl she
you're
was
just
with
walking
compliment.
around
And then
picking
immediately,
a fight?
Ice Spice was just being rude. She was like, why are you over here? You could leave. Bye. And I'm like, why are you being rude, pretty much? And she was basically saying, like, you could just leave. Bye. Like, I don't even know why you're at my table. Then that's when I proceed to ask her, like, you don't got to be rude. I'm just giving you guys a compliment.
None of this happened.
And
Shorty lying
I'm like,
through
you
her
know
teeth.
what? Where are you from? She said, I'm from New York. So I said, let me tell you something. I don't care where you from. I'm like, you in LA, you in my city now. You can't be out here
She said she was
disrespecting
from
people.
Chirac
Like, if
in
you
the video.
wanted us to leave, you could have just politely said, oh, I'm not in the mood or something, right? Instead of just yelling at me. So she kept going on. Then she calls me a bitch. So after she calls me a bitch, I hit her. So I hit her.
Admission.
And then so I got escorted out to McDonald's.
Yep.
And then so after they escorted me.
That's an admission. You just admitted it on camera. And that's the thing with people like with journalists. They'll give you the rope and they'll let you hang yourself with it. So I'm not worried about this girl. Like, she's a fucking idiot. Like, you went to go pick a fight with a celebrity. You think they're not going to put money into finding out who harmed the celebrity? Especially with that track history LA has, they have to figure it out or else people stop going. Like, whenever you hear hip hop, they'll be like, oh my God, did you check in? Did you check in? Did you check in? Did you go talk to this person? Did you go talk to this person? Did you go talk to this person? Like, why? Like, why am I checking in with anybody? Fuck on my face. But yeah. It's just like, okay. But it's just the chasing the clout. You're over here chasing clout. What did you think that interview was gonna do for you? You probably got like $500. What did you think that interview was gonna do for you? And let's say if you had a career in music, that shit's dead. A career in modeling, that shit is dead. This girl is in music and modeling heavy. You're the girl that did what? Nah, we're good. This isn't like Glorilla versus Broilla. This is a random person hitting somebody for no freaking reason. And it's like, oh, okay. No. And now you just went on TV, admitted like, oh, I hit her first. You're cooked. You're cooked. I don't know. You're probably catching a misdemeanor, but you didn't have one before. And let's hope you didn't have any priors or on probation because now they're going to go for it. I'm pretty sure she's going to sue because if I'm her, I got money. We're going to sue the fuck out of you. I'm taking your mom's house. That's all it is. I'm taking this away from you. I'm gonna teach you a lesson by teaching your family a lesson too. You're all gonna get the fucking lesson to keep your hands to yourself. It's wild. It's wild. I was like, okay, but that's the correlation. Like running the clout for non-existent views. It's the most craziest thing I ever heard of. So the next thing I have on my list is in LA. We're back in LA again. Look at that. People are drilling into gas tanks to steal the gas. You heard it here. Right now, gas in LA is about like $10 or some change. That sounds fucking horrible. That sounds horrible. I do not want to be in LA. That's what they're trying to tell everybody to go, hey, you should go to electric. Or you could find a way to make the gas cheaper here by lowering the fucking price. I don't know why gas in LA is so freaking high. Is it because it's on the wrong side of the world? Is it the wrong map? I'm like, I would assume that gas in LA wouldn't be that expensive because you're right by the water. Like there's a boat, there's docks, there's something there. I would expect that gas in the middle of America to be way more expensive because you got to take all of this shit to get there. So I was like, I don't know. But they're drilling holes into gas tanks. You know what my problem is with this conversation? It's lazy. It's lazy. I know there's people like, whoa, all it takes is one spark, but they're drilling holes. I'm like, that doesn't work. And it takes more than that. It takes more than that. My whole thing was back in my day, if you wanted to steal gas, you had to bring a canister and a hose. And you had to shove the hose down into the gas tank and suck, pause, until there was a suction, and then the fluid would come out. I know you're probably like,
You sound like a bunch of gibberish.
but that's what it was. That's what it was. All right. Sometimes you will be stealing or siphoning gas from somebody with the wrong person that you don't know if they go the other way, and you're over here sucking on the hose and they're just watching you like,
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
like, no, like relax, relax, relax. We both need this gas. You're probably like, why did you need to steal gas? There was a gas shortage in New York at one point where you had to stand 2 or 3 hours online to go get a quarter, like maybe barely 5 gallons of gas. You couldn't go there with a lot of canisters. So every day you would just go there and try to get gas. And then there was essential workers and they were fighting with who's essential and who's not essential. And then people were faking it. So back to siphoning. But to just go and drill gas, to drill a hole into a gas tank, fucking up their gas tank, because putting a hose down somebody's shit wouldn't fuck it up. But drilling a hole into somebody's gas tank, you're a dickhead. You're an asshole. And it's the balls. It's the balls to think that somebody filled up their gas tank in this economy. It's even crazier. I was getting gas the other day and I saw somebody put $1.25. What did that get you? Good person. If you're watching this, you come across this. What did that get you? How much gas does $1.25 get you when it's $4.89 a gallon? You got like a drop of gas. So like imagine this poor guy that can't afford gas. He's paying $1.25 for gas, and some asshole comes one day and just drills a hole into his gas tank. That's an asshole move, bro. It really is. And I was like, yo, like, do you replace the whole gas tank, or do you try to spark it shut? Do you try to weld it shut and hope that the gas fumes don't catch and this whole shit blow up? Like, what are we doing? So I was like, damn. But I think it was very ballsy. I know the big thing out here is stealing the catalytic converters. I know that was the biggest thing I heard. For like, it's for the platinum in it. I was like, okay, cool. And that's the guarantee. When you were stealing the catalytic converters, it was like, all right, there's something in there for me to take. There's something worth taking here. All right, cool. You're taking a chance with gas. Somebody could have been on empty. You over here drilling a hole, nothing comes out, just dust. Like shit. What if they got diesel? You're stealing the wrong fuel. What if they have corn? That would be better, but they can still use it. What if it's biodiesel? Like, come on. Now you just fucked up your whole gas supply, because I'm pretty sure you're running around with the same canister, putting it in there. But I was like, This is a lot. LA, get it together. All right. First, y'all hit like a Bronx legend of 2 games like Pee Wee Kirkland. And then let me stop. And then it's like all of this, like, wow. But I would be mad if I wake up one day and my gas was like fucking stolen. I'm like, damn, somebody took a hose to it. And I'm like, no, you drilled into my shit. Pause. But yeah, that's a sucky feeling. Those guys should burn in hell. Throw the book at them. Yeah, I said that. And if you ever want to look for my car, all right, it's a silver Lexus RX 350. All right, go ahead. Drill into that car if you want. I don't give a fuck. I got insurance. All right, go ahead, steal it. I'll even tell you where it's parked in the details so you guys can steal that gas. All right, I dare you to try it. All right, let's see where we're gonna go to now.
Wait, Jose! Jose, I got to tell you something.
All right, where do I want to start? It's a serious question. Not so serious question. I don't know. Oh, okay. This is serious. All right, where do I want to start? All right, let's get to the serious questions. All right. Who is it harder to get support from? Strangers or friends? This is quite easy, queasy. Easy. Because I find myself no, not true at all. That would be a lie. All right, so it's easier to get support from strangers a lot of the times. And one of my friends will be like, wait, what did you just say? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. What I mean by is that when it comes to liking content, a good amount of my friends don't like my content. And I'm like, okay, not their cup of tea. Or they won't share my content. They won't hit. Do you know how, this is all right, this is going to sound bad. There's people out here that like random people, strangers, things. They like their content. They repost the content. They reshare the content. They just do all of this stuff with the content. But when it comes to people that actually know you, people that you know, you met, you had conversations with, yada, 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 you don't do the same for. It's the most craziest thing I've ever witnessed. And I didn't never notice until it was content. Now, if you're going to try to put me like, well, you don't do this and you don't do that, that's a goddamn lie. And that was going to come up as a disposable section when it comes to all the brands that I show love to. And like, it's like, okay. And then people get mad. Like I'm wearing this brand that I'm wearing today. It's called Dark Sport. And then I got people that make clothing that I personally know that make clothing. And they'll be like, oh, but you don't wear my stuff. I have worn your stuff. I've taken pictures and got you buzz around your stuff too. And it's like, hello, is this thing on? So it's like, I don't know what kind of love you guys are looking for from me. If I've always shown love, if you ever told me there was a clothes drop, I'll go look at it. Now, the issue that comes with this conversation as well is that some of y'all clothes I don't be liking, so I'm not gonna go cop. The same way I would if this brand made drops new clothing every week. They've honestly got out of the 7 drops, they got me for 3. All right, cool. That means there's still 4 drops that I did not like. And I'm like, if this brand is doing all of this isn't taking it personally and they know, all right, everybody just won't get everything, okay. But when it comes to people that actually physically know me, oh, you didn't get this. It wasn't my cup of tea. And that's what I'm holding to you guys too when it comes to like when you guys see me work on reels, when you guys see me do this, when you guys see me do that, it's like, oh, I guess that's not your cup of tea. I'll get you with something one day. So that's the way I take it. But 9 times out of 10 of random stranger, which I learned on TikTok, like, share on Instagram, like, share on YouTube, like, share on Spotify, like, share. And it's like, cool. And then some of the things I can see is like, all right, I can see who's liking and who's sharing. And it's like, all right, I don't know that person. I don't know this 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 person. It's like, all right, cool. Like when I first started looking at the demographics for Spotify, it was like, all right, Queens, 5%. Okay. Then there was Long Island, Freeport, Baldwin, Suffolk. Okay. That was before my cousin even moved to Suffolk. He wasn't even counting. I was like, oh, I got people in Suffolk. I was like, did he start going to Suffolk till my cousin moved out there? I was like, all right, Baltimore, Atlanta. I was like, okay. it was like Utah. I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm like New York based. Like, what does somebody from Utah care when I say California, Colorado, Arizona? And I'm like, huh, just random places. Numbers higher than 5% of the people in Queens that know me, or the boroughs in general. So I'm like, okay. Then it's like, oh, wait, we're going international. We're going out of the US, South America, Ireland, Europe. I was like, there's people in the Ukraine, and everybody's like, those are probably bots. I was like, why would they use bots on me? That makes no sense. Like, you can't use bots for somebody that doesn't have a buzz yet. So I was like, all right, whatever. But it was like, it was just very interesting when I saw this question, and I was like, oh, it's gonna rub people the wrong way. Somebody's gonna read this the wrong way. But majority of the times, it's a stranger that will show you more love if you're out here creating content or selling something. And it's sometimes like you do have your friends that'll be like, hey, yeah. And it's like you have to also think like, do they actually like this, or is it like I'm doing this because I'm your friend? Because that eventually like fades out too. I've been doing this for going on 6 years now. So it's like I had friends like, oh my God, share, 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 and nothing. Or it's like, oh, I still see you do this. Oh, you do. I never see you like anything. So it's just it's crazy the way it works. And then yeah, people that want to come into the field and they'll ask you for advice. And I've always been cool with giving advice. I'm like, oh, this is what I do. This is what I use. This is what I run. This is how I would do it. Um, don't go as crazy as I do with an hour and a half to 2 hours of a content. You can make it shorter. I think that's one of my biggest issues right now is that my content is too long for somebody that's new. So if you're just like, who is this guy? Blah, 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 blah. There's certain points that people like the PTL section. Thank God there's a section of people that know how to just move forward instead of be like, all right, they'll never get to the part-time lover section. That's why I break it down to chapters. If you go on YouTube or even on Spotify, it's broken down into chapters. So like, all right, this is PTL. This is the cool report. This is the ask me a question section. This is this. This is that. So they just move forward through it. Or you can see like the music that I tag or the people that I tag. It was like, all right, cool. So yeah, basically what I'm saying, the internet has made it so easy for people to share your stuff that you really have to sit back and be like, damn, you're really not sharing my stuff. But you'll see them share somebody that they don't know, they don't have a connection with, understanding with. They'll share a complete stranger's material before they even share your material. But you can't even take that to heart. That's the best way I can say it. You can't take it to heart. I used to take it to heart before. I don't take it to heart no more. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, they'll eventually pull up or not. I'm like, I'm like, at the end of the day, you're doing this stuff because you like doing it, not because you're seeking approval from other people on your content. Your content is your content. I could have been switched up the content. No, I like what I'm doing. I like everything that I'm doing. So, yeah. So, it's harder to get support from people that you call friends or deem friends. That's what it'll always be. And thankfully, shout out to my friends that have been supporting me and showing me love. I love you guys. All right. So if you guys are taking this the wrong way, like, are you talking about me? I'm not talking about you. If you ever bought any merchandise for me, if you ever shared my videos, if you ever liked my videos, clearly I'm not talking about you. Clearly I'm not. So yeah, you other motherfuckers. Let me stop. But yeah. All right. Next serious question I got is, do you ever think about your time spent on Earth and think, what if it was longer? Kind of sounds like a threat. Are you threatening me? Like, are you trying to say you're going to end my life? I don't like that question. That would be the insecure answer for me. So it's like, I guess I kind of get what you're talking about. Like, I feel like you probably watched like Invincible, and then Omni Man gave that speech like, in 500 years, what will you have here? And then people were like, he was like, you, dad. So I was like, oh my God. But 500 years, that's a crazy ass lifespan. That's a crazy ass lifespan. So it's like, all the things that you would see would be wild. All the things that you would go through would be wild. You will witness so much advancement in technology, people, civilization, maybe even the downfall of empires. It was just so much. So let's do the math. It is 2026. Let's say I lived 100 years. So 2026 minus 100. That's 1926. I think that was around the stock market crash. Let's Google what happened in 1926 in America. Just America. I'm only going to focus on America. That happened in 1926 in American history. The birth of Route 66, the first liquid fueled rocket launch, the devastation of the Great Miami Hurricane. Hold up. Economic milestones included the premiere of the first sound on film movie, Don Juan. That's not the same one I saw. I don't know if you guys ever seen Don Juan, but there's a movie that came out in the 80s, and it was crazy for it to come out in the 80s or 90s or whatever, 70s. Could have been 70s. But it's this little boy fucking grown ass women, and some of them didn't look consensual. But I digress. The founding of NBC, the creation of Negro History Week. Here comes the worst one. You're gonna be like, wait, worse than the first one we just mentioned? Let me stop. It's Henry Ford implemented the 40-hour work week. That piece of shit. Do I have something? Do I have a Buddhist man? No, I don't. The best I could do is created the 40-hour work week. The worst. That's only 100 years. 100 years from now, all right, 1926. They will probably be treating me like dog shit. They'll probably be treating me like as worse as possibly can be. Like, you're not, get out of here, wetback. So, yeah, no. All right, let's see. Let's go 50. Let's go 50 years. I don't know why I jumped into like a whole 100 years. So, 1976. My dad would have been 16 in 1976. Young Thundercat running around. 1976. Still a lot of racial shit going on. But let's see what happened in 1976. All right, so I got the United States celebrated bicentennial market. The United States celebrated its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence. Okay. Jimmy Carter was defeated by President Gerald Ford. All right. Apple Computer Company was incorporated in 1976, April 1st. That's fucking fire. The New Jersey Supreme Court ruled that Karen Ann Quinlan could be removed from the ventilator, a landmark case in the right to die debate. Additionally, Black History Month was officially recognized for the first time. That's funny that 100 years ago, it was like, we made Negro Week. And then they mark it 50 years. All right, we could give them Black History Month. So in the 50 years, they went from like, they could have a week to like, all right, I guess we could give them the month with the shortest amount of days. That's wild. All right. The Viking spacecraft landed on Mars. Nobody believes that. Hotel California came out. Caitlyn Jenner won the gold in men's decathlon in Montreal. Will he debate that? I don't know. That's an even better question. I'm just saying, man. From when I was born, so much technology changes have happened. I went from cassette tapes to CD players to MP3s to now we just use Spotify, which is still an MP3 but not the same. We went from analog clocks to digital. We went from advancement in cars, transportation, TV, cell phones, medical shit. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I have a continuous glucose monitor on me, right? So it's something that I inject every 2 weeks. Not really. I stab myself in a needle stays in it, right? So I just saw that they just dropped like a new pack where it's a injectable piece that goes into your arm, right? But it stays on for the whole year. And tell me that doesn't sound like the shit that we've been talking about for years, like tracking, like that a little tracking chip in your body, and they're gonna be like, oh, it's the guise of like, oh, it can read your glucose. And it leads to a bigger conversation that I'm stumbling across now in real time with you guys, which is, did America give this people's diabetes to make him easier to track through the system? Because I can tell you right now, me stabbing myself every 2 weeks sucks. But it's me just being accustomed to things. Because before that, I was stabbing my fingers every day to check my glucose 3 times a day. Now it's 2 times, 1 time, 2 times a month, right? And that's going to be 1 time a year. So it's like, it's like you're easing things in with the advancement of technology. But back to your question, do I ever sit back and think about all the times that transpired already? Yes, I do think about it. And then the next question to me is, am I leaving an impact? Am I making a mark? If I were to pass away today, is there something that not just you guys don't know me, but my family would remember besides all the dumb shit that I done? That somebody that knows me in life would like, oh, I remember he did this, he was this. It's just how long until I'm forgotten? So it's like, all right, cool. It also reminds me of this meme that I saw where this guy was sitting in his backyard looking at a spool of wire that he had for 40 years. He's like, I had the spool of wire for 40 years and now it's over. And his wife is questioning him, like, yo, you're sitting in the backyard. Are you okay? And he explains, like, yo, I had this shit for 40 years and it's crazy. It's now over. And it was more of the, not that the spool of wire is over, is that 40 years had passed by. And you're like, wow, this is my reminder. This spool of wire that I used to have 40 years ago is now gone. So you start reflecting, not on the times that you use the spool of wire, just life in general. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. That's a lot. And then the wife ruins it, but like, oh, I saw you wearing your Jets hat, so I figured you were sad because of sports. So do you want to come back inside? Totally negating the fact of what he just told her, that she could have had a real personal conversation with her man. Like, oh wow, that's crazy. Like a real empathetic conversation. Nah, I just noticed you had your Jets hat on. So yeah. Question. Yes, I do think about the time that I spent on this earth and have I done enough to like make an impact beyond myself. And no, I haven't. But as for now, I still got time to make some kind of impact. So yeah, these are 2 serious ass questions. God damn. Let's see what else I got. Okay. Who had the best bars at Mercy? I've seen this conversation going around, and you guys aren't gonna like my answer. You're not gonna like my answer. And the only way I could really give you guys a decent review is, I wish I could play the music. I wish I could play Mercy in general, but I have too many strikes against me for me to be like, all right, let me go play Mercy. So what I could do is read the lyrics, and maybe we get somewhere from there. Maybe. And we're back. I just had to go look up the lyrics. So let's take it to Rap Genius. So do I start with, well, it's a weep in the morning, dashing teeth, and it's a weep in the morning, catching the teeth. Well, it's a I don't think that's the lyrics. Let me stop. All right, so we know the chorus. So we're gonna start off with Big Sean. Okay, drop it on the floor, make that ass shake. Whoa, make the ground move, make that ass quake. Built a house up on the ass, that's an ass state. Roll my weed up, that's an ashtray. Say yay, don't we do this every day? I work them long nights to get a payday. Finally got paid, now I need shade and a vacay. And niggas still hating so much hate, I need an AK. Now we out in Paris, now we Perrier. White girls politicking, that's the Sarah Palin. That's Big Sean. All right, in case you guys didn't know. So, I like it. I like that verse. And then we got Pusha T. He goes, yuck, it's prime time. Top back, this pimp game. Ho, I'm red leather, this cocaine. I'm Rick James. Ho, I'm bill dropping, Miss Pac-Man, this pill popping ass. Ho, I'm popping too. These blue dolphins, these two coffins. Oh, all she wanted is some heel money. All she need is some bill money. He takes it out. He counts it out. I weed it up. That's real money. I am butchering these lyrics. And then you're going to be like, yo, you really didn't do Pusha no justice. But to me, he's not, he's there, but he's not there. To me, the worst bars on this, only off a technicality, because he had the most amp and it's his song, so he killed it. So when he goes, lift the suicide doors up.
Oh boy, over the top. How outre.
What are we talking about? They don't lift up. I threw the suicides on the tour bus. I threw suicides on the private jet. So what that mean? I'm fly to death. I step in Def Jam building like I'm the shit. Tell them get the 50 million or I'ma quit. Most rappers' taste levels ain't at my waist level. Turn up that bass till it's up in your face level. Don't press the... No, that is, I can't read because these texts are small. Don't do no press bad. I get them most press kid. Plus your bitch is your bitch and my bitch is precious. I said that wrong. All right. So to me, the best verse on Mercy is 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz had the most energy. 2 Chainz had the most entendres. 2 Chainz just did his fucking job. Okay, now catch up to my campaign. Coupe the color of mayonnaise. I'm drunk and high at the same time. Dripping champagne on the airplane. Spit rounds like a gun rage. Beat it up like rampage. 100 bands cut your girl. Now you cut. 100 bands cut your girl. Now your girl needs a Band-Aid. Grade A. A1. Chain the color of Akon. Black diamonds. Black diamonds. Backpack rhyming. Co-signed by Louis Vuitton. Horsepower. Oh, this polo on. I got horsepower. Come on. Chainz had the best verse. Chainz, you cannot tell me Chainz did not have the best verse. And he's a slow Atlanta artist rhymer. Not that he's slow and mentally thinking. It's just a lot of his lyrics are dumbed down for them to catch. So when you really listen to it and hear it, you're like, no, he's saying something here. You just got to get past all the slow shit. Now, everybody was like, yo, Big Sean had the best verse. And I was like, he had a verse. He had a Big Sean verse. I'm like, but a lot of the times, 2 Chainz gets on people's songs and he kills that shit the majority of the time. 2 Chainz kills it. So if you ask me who had the best verse on this song, I would say it was him. So I got Chainz, I got Big Sean, I got Pusha T, and Kanye is last because of technicality. But if we're going off energy, Kanye West had it. Kanye West had the most energy. And if he didn't have that most energy for his verse, he doesn't set up 2 Chainz to have the best verse in the song. So it's all these things that come into play. But yeah, I'm giving it to Chainz. And if you hated that portion, comment down below, all right? And be like, hey, don't ever do that again to rap lyrics. And I'm going to be like, I tried not to, but these texts is really small and I am old. So yeah. Bass up and then bass line. So yeah. Kanye West had the worst bars. 2 Chainz had the best bars. Second place running up is Big Sean. Third place is Pusha T. And I didn't do Pusha T no justice because it was like, But Pusha T, he was spitting bars on that one too. He was. I just didn't get to it because I'm trying to get through this section before this clip ends. So, all right. So from here, we're going to go into... So welcome to those that like to fast forward. Part-time lover. And just listen to the ratchetness of this show. I fucks with y'all. And I like the ones that submit the questions too. I still fucks with y'all even more heavier. Now, before I start this, I need you to know that I am not a licensed professional. I'm just a guy with a microphone and a camera. So whatever I say are just things that come out of my mouth, and they shouldn't be taken for actual factual, all right? I am just a guy that plays a guy playing another guy that talks about things in front of a camera for this podcast. That's all I is. That's all I is. I am not the guy that you think should be giving you the proper information because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you would come to a stranger for that information, but let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Me and my boyfriend have lived together for about 6 months now. He and his best friend have a weird relationship. Like he'll ask him to go tanning with him, like not a salon, but like the beach or the park. Does this sound a little out of place?
Wow. That's a lot. So for you guys that didn't hear it, because that sounded kind of low. Shorty said, me and my boyfriend have lived together for about 6 months now. He and his best friend have a weird relationship. He likes to go tanning with him, but not like a salon, but like the beach or the park. Does this sound a little off to you? See, it does. It does. It does sound off. It could be off. But there's nothing that says are you trying to demasculate your man by saying that your man gets tans with other men and places just the way women do? Like, are you saying that's a women thing? Because that seems kind of sexist to me. All right, it doesn't sound very feminist of you, right? I don't know what the opposite of feminist is, but it sounds like you're against men. It sounds like you hate men, which is crazy because you're with a man. Now, somebody's listening to this like, you piece of shit, you flipped it on her. But I'm just saying. But I do get your reservations. Like, it's like how are they going? Like, are they going in shorts? Like, if they're going in shorts, depending on the inches of the inseam, then we could start having a real conversation. Like, if it's 9 inches, pause. All right, that's fine. Anything under 6, you're like, all right, you're trying to show a little bit too much meat there. Pause. So, I don't know at what point are we teetering like, all right, he could be that, or we just have frail male egos here?
You cannot trick me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you right now you're questioning, like, am I a beard? You probably are, but you've only been with him for 6 months. At this point, it kind of sounds like you're the friend. And that's and that's the partner. So it's like kind of funny because why wouldn't he ask you to go tanning, or why don't you tag along for the tanning sessions? That's one. Two is I don't think I could call anybody. I don't think I could call anybody and be like, hey man, would you like to go tanning with me? They'll tell me to get the fuck out their face. Mostly because we're already brown. We already got natural melanin in our skin. So it's like, why do you need to get darker? So it's like, you're absolutely right. Also, it sounds like he eats eggs after 12. All right, because who just gets up on a bright, beautiful day, sees their beautiful partner, and you're like, I'm going to call Jake and see if he wants to go tanning with me. Instead of going, babe, would you like to go to the beach with me? And you're going to put on like that little bikini that I like. So you have a lot of questions that need to be answered. And sadly, I cannot give you the answer. So we're going to go ahead and move on from there because we're in dangerous waters. So I'm going to go on to the next question. Lift the suicide doors up. I put suicides on the tour bus. I put suicides on the private jet. So you know what that means. I'm fly to
Had a
death.
90s sitcom moment.
Oh.
I am in the beginning of a relationship, 6 months in, and she said, I love you. Now,
I
I
love
don't
you.
know what's worse, that I don't love her,
Whoa.
or that she said it under false pretenses. We had
Ooh.
just come back from getting food to eat at my house. I walk away to see my dog, and she was so adorable that I said I love you to my dog, and she responded to me. Now I feel awkward, and she's mad because I didn't say it back. How do I fix this?
You don't. You're kind of cooked there, buddy. You're kind of cooked there, buddy. So she said, I love you. You looked at her like,
Whoop-de-doo.
That's crazy. So for those that didn't hear it, they're going, I had a 90s sitcom moment. I am in the beginning of this relationship, and she said, I love you. Now, I don't know what's worse, that I don't love her or that she said it under false pretenses. You wording like that doesn't help you either.
Do you think it's wise for you to keep talking?
Should have stopped there. But you kept going, so I appreciate you. So she goes, we had we had just come back from getting food. We had just come back from getting food to eat at my house. I walked away to see my dog, and she was so adorable that I said, I love you. That I said, I love you to my dog. And she responded to me. She was like,
I love you.
and you was like, whoa, I'm with my dog here, bitch. Calm down. Stop. He's like, now I feel awkward, and she's mad because I didn't say it back. How do I fix this? It's gonna be hard, but 6 months is kind of early to say I love you. But some people just know when they fall in love, and that's the most scariest shit in the world. Like, you really just are you just out here falling in love, or did you really see something that you really love about me? Now you can't live without me. And ill, that's nasty. But more power to her for finding love, even if it's under false pretenses. So, what was your dog doing? What was your dog wearing? Let me stop. Like on that little knitted sweater. So, yeah, she's probably been waiting and dropping hints like, hey, I really fucks with you. Like, do you fuck with me? Do you fuck with me? Do you fuck with me? And now it's like, fuck me, right? So, damn, kid. That is a 90s sitcom moment. That's like really how they used to do like whoa. Like a guy who I think about Scrubs when Elliot is with the flowers dude and she's going through her CDs. Kids, CDs are a little circular disc that we used to listen to music on. And she's going through her CDs. She sees this one of her favorite CDs, and she goes, oh my God, I love U2. And U2 is a band that white people like to listen to. So he goes, wow, I love you too. And I was like, he should have, she said, I love you too. She never said, I love you. She said, I love you too. But he misread it and he was like, I love you too. And she was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? So it does happen in sitcoms. And it's always a mess. It's always a messy, messy moment. It's just a shit show that happens from that. So that's kind of what you're going to go through. Unless you could be mature enough to be like, hey, I heard what you said. I'm validating your feelings. I'm not there yet, but maybe one day we could get there. And if that's too much for you to handle, that I'm not loving you right away, then I totally understand. But if you truly don't love her and you don't see yourself loving her, then you need to ask yourself, why are you there? Why are you wasting this good woman's time? All right. Will you ever love her as much as you love your dog? I know that's impossible. I know that's impossible because you can never love somebody as much as you love your dog. I love my dog. I'll catch a body for my dog. But I'm not trying to sleep with my dog either. But there are freaky people out there. So, yeah, no. But 6 months is too early. 6 months is way too early to be like, oh my God, I love you. Like, you don't even know anything about me yet. The first 6 months, I always say the first 6 months is a lie. The first 6 months, I'm pretending to be somebody that you like. I'm trying to be somebody that you tolerate. You have yet to hear me like really like fucking let gas go. You have yet to hear me go. Well, like, oh, that should sound wet. You have yet to hear it. You have yet to hear it. I'm still like the little peep noise. Like, yeah, you're still trying to be quiet with it. And she has yet to do it either too, right? She has yet to like really let herself be herself. So, yeah. So I wouldn't go that crazy, but just let her know like, hey, appreciate you, big dog. So, and then maybe she could be cool with it, and then she could
Fuck too and spit on that thing.
probably not. But do remember. You're in charge of your own destiny. Here. So, good luck. All right, good people. That's the part-time lover section. Hopefully I was able to help somebody and they don't take this information at all. All right, good people. I am going to get out of this section. Thank you for submitting your questions, and we're gone. All right, good people. Before I get out of here, I just want to say shout out to Full Service. I was able to get Neatos for the kids, and because I am hungry and I've been trying to record all day, my big ass got a confidential bag of food that I don't know what's in here, so I can't wait to explore that later. Am I going to record it? No, because it's late. It's going to be Mr. Nasty time. Is this the kind of promotion he wants? Probably not, but thank you. And hopefully you won't block me or ban me from the store. So Appreciate you much. Shout out to Full Service. I just want to say not that. I want to say shout out to you guys out there doing your thing, showing love, liking the video, the show, commenting, reposting, putting me in your story. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. The best with you guys heavy. I also want to let you guys know that you're out there chasing the goal. Continue to chase your goal. All right. Keep on going. Do not stop. Do not stop. And if you happen to fall, I need you to get your punk ass back up. The world does not stop because you stumble or fall. All right. You got to keep on going, keep on moving. And if you hit your goal, make another goal. Don't be stagnant. Be stagnant at all. You can't be stagnant. And this day and time, you cannot be stagnant at all right? You got to keep on moving. You got to keep on trucking. Because what's the other option? Are we going to quit? Why would we do that? Why would we quit when winning's right there? All right. You might not win at the level that you want to win, but you will eventually get to that level that you want to win at. And then it's up to you to be like, fuck that. I want to win some more. Like, why wouldn't I want to win more? Why would I be okay with this? I want more. I want more. I want more. I mean, unless you're happy with what you got, but I want more. There's always more. There could be things more. You see this bag? I should have got 2 bags, all right? I should have got on my flex and be like, yo, if you're in a bodega right now, you just go inside the register and tell Poppy that's your money now. Don't do that. But thank you guys for appreciating. Thank you guys for showing love. I appreciate you guys. I am out of here. I am your host, Flogger McFloggerson, aka
On My Cool J.
And I am out of here. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. That was weak. That was weak. That was like, peace out.
Deuces.